Do you want to create Christmas countdown in React? Then you are at the right place. Let's go to build this Christmas countdown just like this. You can see countdown to December 25, 2020, 2 days, 14 hours, 45 minutes, and the second is going now. So let's go and build this Christmas countdown in React. So let's go to the demo of this project first of all. So in this build you guys gonna learn the React state, how React state management tools. Here you can see we have a date 25 2020 which is on which the Christmas will fall here. So now I'm going to do here simply put another date. You guys gonna see here a very nice animation, you can see a very nice horde effect also. So we all guys going to learn a very important concepts in React. So let's go to put another date here. So I am going to put the date in MMDDYY format. So let's go and put 12 25 and the next Christmas in 2021. Click on the submit. Now you will see here 367 days, 14 hours, 44 minutes and the 41 seconds is going on. So any date you will put here, it will simply count down to that date. So once again let me put some another date here. So I am going to put here January of 12 January 2021. On clicking submit, now you will see here 20 days, 14 hours, 44 minutes and 12 seconds. So you guys can simply create this Christmas countdown or any other countdown you want. So let's revert this. So on clicking the revert, you can see here the countdown go to their original states, that when this browser loads. So here the December 25 2020. So you can see here. Now let me put some another date in future. So I am going to put here 2030 which is Christmas in 2030. Click on submit. You guys here see 363,654 days, 14 hours, 43 minutes and 31 seconds left to the Christmas that will fall on 25th December 2030. So are you guys pumped up? Let's go and build this countdown. If you like this tutorial, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe this channel, because I am going to put more awesome builds in React in future. So let's go and deep dive into the coding section. So let's go and open the Visual Studio Code. So I am going to here inside of Visual Studio Code, let's go and fire the command to create a React application. So you guys have to simply create React application. So for this you have to go to your terminal, give the command npx create React app and the name of your project. So name of your directory in which you want to do the coding. I have already created here, so I am not going to fire this command. You can give the any name here, or if you have already built the project or you have already built the directory or folder, you have to simply put this dot period and this /. If you have not create a folder, so you have to simply put some name here. So I have already created and I have already created this npm create React app and this boilerplate React application project setup you can see here. So if you guys if you also want this like this directory, you have to simply fire the command npx create React app and the name of your project. Okay, after that, if you done with this, next step is to simply start this project. So what I am going to do, I am going to simply here I am going to simply create a class component in app.js. You guys have to simply do all the cleaning stuffs. If you make sure to put all these folders, all these files just like this, and the remaining just simply delete it from the source directory. Okay, so I have index.js, I have app.js and I have the app.css. Let's go inside your app.js, and inside app.js I'm going to use the snippets here. The snippets you guys will see. Let's go to your marketplace. Inside here, simply go here, you can see ES7 React Redux, GraphQL, React Native snippets, and you guys will get this very nice snippets. For this, it will save your a lot of time. So I'm going to create a class component here. So I'm going to put here RCEP. Here you can see React class export component with properties. So let's go and click enter here. You can see here a very nice boilerplate class component is already created here. This is all because of this snippets. So I personally recommend all you guys to simply install this in your Visual Studio Code, and let's go and do some coding here. So I am going to simply close this terminal. So collapse the terminal by pressing Ctrl J. Now inside here I am going to simply here I am giving the test hello from app for testing purpose. Let's build the Christmas countdown. Save this. Let's go to your terminal. Inside your terminal you have to simply fire the command npm start to start the React application. It will start the application. Inside your browser, hit the enter button. Let's go to your browser. Inside your browser you will see this hello from app. Let's build the Christmas countdown will render in your browser. So it will take some time, so let it render first of all. Okay, now let's go and first of all delete this because I'm not using any prop types. So let's go here. So you guys can see here it is successfully compiled. Now let's go to my browser. So inside the browser you can see hello from the app. Let's build the Christmas countdown. So we are now good to go, and now I am going to create the component here. So now let's collapse it. Okay, now make it a smaller. Okay, let's go here, make it smaller a bit. Now fine. Okay, so let's go here. Let me collapse the sidebar also. Okay, fine. So inside this, let's go to your this. We have something called a text here. We have a clock, countdown clock here. We have an input and we have a 2 buttons. So for this, what I am going to do, I am just going to simply populate all these elements first of all. Then I will add this nice functionality of countdown. So let's go and just create this. So first of all I am going to simply import this app.css. We will do the styling later. So inside the import this app.css file. Next, get rid of this hard-coded text here. Now inside this div I am going to do the following stuff. So I am going to simply add here. Let's give a class name. So I am giving the class name here. Let's give the class name app here. Next, inside here we have another div. Let's give the class name of container. You can see here all the stuff is inside a container, so I am going to wrap it inside a container. So container, let's close this div. Inside here, let's go inside the container. We have h1 here. You can see the countdown, so let it wrap inside a h1 tag. Inside this h1 we have countdown, countdown, countdown 2, and we have a date here. So we have something called a date. So okay, we have a date here. Let it wrap inside a square, inside a round bracket. So we have a date here. We will going to use here the state. So I will set the state later. So I am going to simply hard coded the text first to populate all these things on the screen, to render everything on the screen. So let's go here. Now let's give the class name here. So I'm giving the class name here, app title. Title. Now fine. In after this, let's go to create another. Let's go to create here another div. Okay, I have already created the div. So let's go, and yeah, you can see here is a class component. So clock component. So I am going to create another let me revert this first of all. So what I am going to do, I am going to simply create another component which is a clock, countdown clock. So I will do it after some time. So here comment this first of all. So here I am going to put the clock component. Okay, now let's go. After this clock component, we have an input field. So for this I am going to do this. So I am going to create an empty div for this also. So div. Okay, now fine. After this, let's close this div. Okay, next here I am going to do here input. So input is self closing tag here. So input, inside the input field we have a placeholder. So let give the placeholder here, new date, new okay, let me give in the capital, new date. Okay, now fine. We have a type. So type will be of text. Okay, save give the class name. So I am giving the class name here of app deadline class name. And inside here, now I am done with this. Next we have two buttons. So for this we have two buttons. So inside here I am giving the first the name of the button. The name of the first button is submit. So this is submit. Give the class name here. So class name here app button submit. Okay, fine. Next we have another button. So copy this thing and replicate this both thing. After this, inside here let's give the class name here revert. So revert. Okay, change the name also here, revert. Okay, fine. Now next we have two buttons and I am done with everything here. Now let's go here and save this. Go to your deployed React application, refresh this. You will see here input field, two buttons and everything here will render in your browser. So it is now rendering. Okay, it will take some time. It is compiling here. So let it compile first. Now you can see here input field, here submit button and the revert button. So for styling all these buttons, I am going to use a React Bootstrap. What you guys have to do, simply go to your terminal. Let's go to your terminal. Inside your terminal, and let me create another terminal here. So inside the terminal, fire the command npm I React Bootstrap. If you go to your browser and search for this React Bootstrap, you will see you will see a very nice UI. You can give a very nice UI or user interface to your application. So let's, if you gonna click on this get started, now you can see here in the command npm install React Bootstrap. So I am going to simply install this npm install React Bootstrap. So what you have to do, simply copy this and paste it in your terminal, and on clicking React Bootstrap, you guys get a bunch of library, a bunch of elements for designing the elements, a very nice attractive user interface. So I have already installed this React Bootstrap. So I will show you here inside my package.json. You can see a React Bootstrap is already installed. So what you have to simply installed this first of all to use any React Bootstrap functionality. So let's close this sidebar first of all in here, close this terminal also. Let's go to your app.js. What you have to do, you have to simply import all these things. So I am going to import, I am going to use a form. So I am going to import form. I am going to import the form control. So form control, and I am going to import the buttons. So button from React Bootstrap. Okay, now let's go here. Let's wrap it inside a form. So I am going to wrap it inside a form. So form. Okay, so form, inside the form, basically I am going to wrap it inside a form. So we have form, close this form. Inside of the form we have form control. So okay, we have form control. So this is form control. Okay, this is self closing tag. So I am going to simply close it by putting the forward slash here. Inside here we have two buttons. Okay, so we have two buttons. So what I am going to do, I am simply put everything, copy this everything from, okay, let me copy this everything here and put it inside the form control. Okay, so I put this everything inside the form control. Okay, next I am going to simply put all the buttons. So we have two buttons. So let's grab these two buttons here and put it inside this form form. So on clicking tab, okay, here let me set this indentation first of all. So now fine, you can see two buttons here. Okay, now change this button. Okay, here, fine, one more time. Okay, so we are now good to go here. So next we what do we have to do, we have to simply B. Okay, now get rid of this input first of all, get rid of this bracket from there. Okay, fine, now let's save this. You will see a very nice styled component here inside your React application. You can see here button. Okay, I have already okay, now save, one more time refresh this. Okay, now you can see here a very nice button here and input field also here. So let's go to your let's go to add this first of all. So you can see I am done with this section, this countdown to December, this section, this input field, and this button section. We have done with this. Now it's time to create a clock component. So for this clock component, I am going to simply add, first of all I am going to add the state here. So I am just going to create an state first of all here. So let's get rid of this prototypes first of all. Inside this I am going to simply create a state. So for this, what I am going to do, I am simply here, I am going to simply put a constructor class. So constructor, inside the constructor I am going to use the props when this will load. So inside of the super, give this props. Okay, so now okay, I am forget the curly braces. So inside here put this props inside this constructor. Now when the component will load, this props will going to render first of all, and we have the state props here. So next we have to simply set the state here. So this dot state, I am going to give the name of the state a deadline. So deadline, deadline will be of December 25, 2020. Now when this will load, this deadline will have the following state: December 2025, December 2020. Let's go here and instead of this hard coded date, simply put this date. So how can you put this? Okay, let me grab this. Next we have this we have the deadline state. So simply do this dot state dot deadline. Save this. You will see the hard coded date will now change to 25 December 2020. Let me save this, refresh. Now you can see December 25 2020. Now we are done with this state. Let's go to the source directory, create a component here, clock. So I'm going to create a clock. For this you can see here the date, everything, and like this. So I'm going to create the clock component here. Inside here I am going to create a class component. So okay, inside here let's go and do this following: R C E P. You can see here React class export component with props. Click, hit the enter, get rid of this first of all. So next, get rid of this static prototype also. So fine, give it a class name. So class name here I will in the clock, and inside this put there hello from countdown, hello from countdown clock. Save this. Okay, so first of all what do you have to do? You have to simply import this inside your app.js. So here I am going to import it in app.js. So at the very top of the page, import this, import clock from dot clock. Now save this. You will see hello from clock will render out on the screen. Okay, let me see. Okay, I have given the name clock in the capital. Okay, clock is in the capital. Inside here is clock is in the small. Okay, no, doesn't matter. Okay, let's go here. Okay, it is fine. Okay, it is fine. Give the clock of a small CLOCK clock, and here give the component. So we have clock. So like this. Save this. You will see here. So let me fix this issue first of all. Okay, close this. Here inside the clock you can see this. So basically I have to import it just like a component. So for the component you have to simply give it you have to simply give the name here in the capital of C. Let's go inside here, put here also C. Now save this. You will see the hello from the countdown clock is now rendering on my screen. Now let's go to your clock.js. Let get rid of this hard coded text first of all. So now it's time to build this clock component. So for this we have a bunch of things. We have, you can see here, we have days, we have hours, minutes, and the seconds, and we have a countdown. So basically for the countdown what you have to do, you have to simply get the state, that is December 25 2020, get the state, and simply we have to minus, yani subtract it from the actual date, that is the today's date, and on the subtraction the remaining will be, we have to simply convert it in a date in a time format. So what I am going to do, I am going to simply do just like here. So let's go and create this. So let's go here, set the state first of all. So here inside the component class component we have to set the states for all these days, hour, minutes, seconds, everything for this. So we have a constructor. Inside the constructor we have props, curly braces, we have super. Inside the super, let me give the props here. So fine. Next we have to set the state. So this dot state, inside this dot state we have the days. So initially the days will be 0. Okay, we have days, initially the days of days will be 0. Copy this and paste it for 4 times. Okay, control B, you paste it for 4 times. Okay, now fine. Here give the okay props this dot state. So now here you can see here we have to we have already done with this constructor props and the super props, and now this dot state days. We have hours. Okay, we have minutes. Okay, we have seconds. Okay, so first of all change the class name here, export class C. Okay, now I am done here with the class component. So next I am forgetting the here assignment operator. So now let's go here. Okay, export clock okay, export clock extends component. Instead of this here put class component. We have created the class component. Now we are fine with this. Now what I am going to do here, it is render smoothly. Let me check it. Hello from countdown clock. Save this. Okay, it is rendering now. Fine. Let's go here. Inside the return function we have this date. So get rid of this hard coded first of all. Now inside the clock class we have something called styling. So I am going to do here unlisted ul. Close this ul. Inside the ul we have 4 items. So list item li. Now inside the list item we have 3 things. Let me give the class name first of all. So class name here I am giving the class name for the clock days. Here we have 0 days. So initially I am giving the 0 days. Copy it for the 4 times and replicate every this for 4 times. Now it is for days. It is for hours or hours. Here give here hours. Okay, next we have minutes. So minutes, here give it the minutes. Next we have days for seconds. So this is for seconds. Okay, now fine. Let's save this. You will see here a bunch of things. Now you can see here days, hours, minutes, and the second is now rendering out here. Now next I am going to simply create this state. So for this let's go here. We have a deadline props that we will get it from where, from the app.js. This deadline state we have to simply get this deadline state from this component and pass it to this clock component. So for this what I am going to do, I am going to simply use the function component will mount. So for this here create a function component will mount. Component will mount function, and inside this we have something called this dot get until. So basically we have a deadline and we have to simply create a countdown till that date. So for this I am going to create another function. So for this I am going to create another function. So let's create another function. I am going to create a function get time until. Okay, so here we have to simply pass the deadline. Okay, inside the parenthesis here deadline object. So basically this deadline will get from this state, that is from the app.js. So inside the clock.js we have this deadline. Next, inside the get until we have a bunch of things. We have a time. So I am going to create a countdown timer here. So we have a time. So for the time we have to simply parse the date. So I am going to parse the date. So date dot parse and parse the deadline. So deadline will now convert in the convert it the date format. So we have parsed the deadline into date format. So here you have to simply subtract it from the actual date, that is the today's date. So that is the today's date. So for this I am going to simply parse the today's date in a date format. So let's go and parse this. So date dot parse. Inside here I am going to create a new object of date object here. Now you can see I have subtracted the deadline from the actual date here. So basically this will be in a future. Okay, so this will be in a future and this is the today's date. So here I am done with this time. Now next we have to simply set the seconds here. So for this second I am going to use the math function. So math.floor, and inside we have time. Let the divide the time by 1000 and the remainder the quotient that we will get by dividing the time by 1000, let it divide it by 60 to convert it into the second, and the remainder will be assigned to the second. So for the minutes I am going to do here. For the minutes I am going to use same math function. So math.floor. So inside floor we have time. So let divide the time by 1000. Okay, and again the remainder that we will get from this the quotient that we will get from this division, again divide it by 60 to convert it into the seconds. Convert it into the minutes. Okay, so basically we have a minutes. Now the quotient that we will get by this operation here. So here the time will divide by 1000. Okay, so now the time basically divided by 1000 and the quotient is now going to divide by 60. So the quotient that we will get from division after 60, I am going to simply divide it by 60 and get the modulus of this. So what modulus will do? Modulus will divide this and the remainder will now assign to the minutes. Next, do same thing for the hours. So for the hours we have same again this math function, math.floor, or inside time we have to simply divide the time. We have to simply divide the time in time with 1000 into 60 into 60. Basically in 1 hour there is 3600 seconds. So I am going to do this same things here. So 1000 into 60 into 60, and what we get from here. So simply divide it by the 24 hours, because one day is equal to 24 hours. So basically I am going to divide it by 24 hours and the remainder will now assign to the hours. Next we have days. So for the days we have to simply multiply it by 24, and that's it. So this is the simple math you guys will do of on its own. So you will do this math. Okay, so we have a time. So okay, let me do this. We have a time. Let's divide this time by 1000. Multiplication of 60 into 60 into 24. Now I am done with this. So we have seconds, we have minutes, we have hours, we have days. Now next let me make it more clear first of all. So okay, you can see in a single line. So okay, so now it's time to set the state. So how can we set this state? So this dot set state, call this function set state, or inside the set state we have to simply set the state for the days, that is here. days, hours, minutes and the seconds. So for this I am going to copy all these things here or here. Now I am going to put everything here now. So let's go, and inside, instead of 0 we have days, instead of hours we have hours, instead of 0 minutes we have minutes, that the state we have already set here, and we have seconds. For this I have seconds. Now we are done with this. Now it's time to do the countdown. So when the component will mount, so get this function, get time until, or in this function what I am going to do, I am going to simply pass this deadline. So this dot props dot deadline. So basically this deadline we get it from the app.js. So inside here, inside the clock, you have to simply pass this props here for deadline. So I am going to simply pass this props here. So I will do it later. First of all, let go here inside the clock. Here when the component will mount, next it's time to set the interval of 1 second. So countdown will be done after each and every second. So for this I am going to create another component did mount. So when the component already mounted, you guys simply have to set the interval. So I am going to call the function set interval. Inside this I am going to call empty arrow function here. So this dot get time until, and inside the time until we have to simply pass the props deadline here. So props dot deadline, and inside this we have to simply set it 1000 millisecond, which is a 1 second. Now next we have to simply do the set the days here. So instead of this, okay, so to look it very to make the user interface just like this 0 days. Okay, so for this what you have to do, you have to simply create another function for this. So when the number is less than 10, the 0 will be assigned or concatenate it prior to the number, before the number. So for this what you have to do, you have to simply go to create another function. So I am going to create a function leading 0. Inside this leading 0 we have number. So we have number, and here what you have to do, you have to simply do the following create a following condition. If the number is less than 10, if the number is less than 10, then simply return here 0 and concatenate it with the number. So 0 is not a number, it is a string, and it will concatenate with the number. If this happen, if the number is if this will not happen, then we have an else statement, and I am to simply return the number that is this. So return number. Fine. Next go to here days. So inside the days we have something called we have a days. So for this let's call this function. So I am going to call the function this dot leading 0, if there is a leading 0, and pass here this state. So if this dot leading 0 and this dot state dot, so we have date, not date, we have a state. So this dot state dot days. So for this days we have to simply copy this. Okay, let me make it more bigger now. So copy this and replicate the same thing for hours, for minutes and for seconds, and simply put it here. The we have hours, so hours, we have here minutes, so minutes, we have seconds, so this is the second. Now we are done with this. Next go to your we are done with this clock component. So you can see the clock component here. So for styling purpose I am going to import the app.css inside this for styling all these things. So we are done with this. Now you can see here, let me give the styling here for. So I am going to give the style something like this. JSX way of styling. So list style, so list style type, okay, list style type, and giving the none. So you can see the bullets will disappear from here. Now save this. Okay, now save this. Okay, close me this. Now you can see not an hour, not a days, not a, because we are not setting the props here, so we have to simply give the deadline props here for this. So first of all, let's go here. You can see here the bullet dot structure will the bullets that you can see here is now disappeared. So now let's go to your app.js. Inside the app.js, what you have to simply do, you have to simply pass the props. So inside the clock component here, this clock, so basically what you have to do, you have to simply pass this component here. So I am going to pass the props. So let me make it clear. So we have this props, you can see this deadline. So we have this props deadline. So let's go here, put here deadline. So inside deadline we have this dot state dot deadline. So on save this, you can see here 2 days 13 hours 59 minutes, and this countdown is now going on. So we are done with this. Now it's time to style everything. So we are done with this countdown. You can see here we have to basically add this functionality here on submit and on revert. So for this, what I am going to do, I am going to simply create a bunch of functions for here for the submit or for the revert. So for this, let's go here and add here on click on, okay, on click we have to give the function. So I am going to simply create a function. So when you will click this submit button, we have the following function. So on click we have to simply set the date that we will get from this here. So for this, let's go inside the form control, or inside the form control I am going to simply put there on change. If there on change, I am simply have to call this function. So for this, I am going to simply call the function change date. So change, okay, on change this dot change date function. Okay, now on clicking the revert, there will another function will fired up. So for this, I am going to assign okay, on click I am going to call this function this dot revert to original. So let's go and create all these functions at the top. So here we have this. So inside here I am going to create the first function, that is a change date. So basically the change date function will be fired when something will be put in this input field. So let's go and create this. So I am going to do the same here. So let's go on the top of this. Now here I am going to do the following steps. So change, inside the change date, it will take an event as an object. So here I am going to create another function. Inside this I am going to create another variable. So let's create a variable first of all. So current, I am going to do the current value, and we have the current value is an empty string. So for this dot current value. So for this, simply go and get this. So e dot target dot value. So basically e dot target dot value will do that. If you put anything here, you will see everything will now go into this current value. So basically e dot target value will do this thing. So to prevent it from browser default features for refreshing after the state will do any state will change. So let me prevent it default. So prevent default will simply prevent the browser from auto refreshing of the page. So we are done with this. Now next, what you have to do, you have to simply create this function, this state. So this set state, no set, I am going to simply create the date. So set date, this dot set date, and this dot revert to original. So let's go and create the function set date. So here I am going to create the function set date. Inside the function set date, it also take event as an object. Next, inside the set date, we have to set the state. So simply set this dot set state, or inside this simply update the state here. So deadline will be now, so deadline will be this dot current value. So basically the current value is what the user type here. Okay, so next it's time to create the function for revert to original. So for the revert to original, same thing will happen here. For this, let's create this, and here I have to simply set the state here for the revert to original. So this will be date. So basically this will be deadline. So let me update this deadline. This, so for the deadline, so simply we have the same deadline, we have to simply put the deadline that we want. So basically this will be the deadline. Copy this and put it down here. So the deadline will be like this. Okay, get rid. Okay, okay, fine. What the fuck. Okay, now next, so we have December 25 2020. This will be the revert to original. When you save this, let's go here, refresh it. Okay, now it is already refreshed. Now let's go and put another some date here. So I'm going to put the date of future first of all. So 2021. On clicking submit, you can see here 367 days 13 hours and 53 minutes is now going, and it will now count down till 367 days. So we are done with this function on submit function. Next, on clicking the revert, you will see here it will go back to the state when the browser loads. So click on this revert. Now you can see 2 days 13 hours and 53 minutes and 7. So we are done with all this functionality. Now let's go, and it's time to do the CSS styling here. So inside the app.css, I am going to simply copy the class name. So this class name is app. So inside this app.css, copy this, do the styling here. So now okay, now inside the app, let's give the height. So give the height of 100 view height. Next, align all the text. So I am aligning all the text into the center. Text align center. Save this. You can see, you will see everything now go into the center. Next, give the position of relative. So I am giving the position relative because I will use the background here. So for this, I am giving the position relative. I will do the following here. For the, I am giving the position absolute for this clock, and this for this form control here. So for this, next I am going to do the position this. Next, let's give the font size. I am giving the font size of 25 pixel. Okay, save this. Now next, go here and put the background. So let's go and put the background. So background image, and give the URL. So inside the URL, I have to simply paste the URL here. So I am going to grab the URL from here, inspect, inside of the console, inside the element. Okay, let's go down here. This is the URL. So let me copy this URL. Copy. Okay, back here, put the URL here. Now save this. Let's go to your deployed version. Now you can see here, so this is it now repeating. So let me make it repeat, no repeat. So background repeat, no repeat. Save this. Background size, give the background size cover, so it will stretch to the entire screen. Background size cover, not contain, it will give it to cover. Save this. Now you will see it will now stretch to the entire screen. Next we have to simply position this background, so I am going to position the background to the center. So save this. Next, fine, I am going to simply add the styling for here. Let me copy this app.css and put it in here down. Now you can do a styling and can see the function here now. So I am done with this. Next is time to style the container. So let's go to style the container. So container, basically you guys do the css of your own. It is all like a designing, so you can do this all these designing steps on its own. So let's go and put here the position of relative. Save this here. Next, here display, let's give the display of flex. It will align all the items in a row. Give the flex selection of column. Save this. Next, we have to justify, align all the items into the center. So align items center, justify content, so also center. Save this. Now next we have to simply give the some padding from the top. So top from the top, let's give it 50%. Save this. It is very down. Now give it 20%. Now save this. It is now going to the center of this. Now next, it's time to style this countdown 2020 in this. So for this, let's grab this class name app title. So here let's grab this app title class. Inside the app title class, give the font size of 50 pixel. So it will be a very nice bigger. Now you can see font size of 50 pixel. And color, let's give the color. So I am giving the color here white. Okay, now give the color of a snow because it is Christmas here. So give the color here. Here is white like a snow. Next, I will do, you can see here I am done with this. You can use the Google fonts here for styling all these fonts. So let me give, I am giving the font family of Monospace. Give this. Save this. Next, let's go here. Next, we are done with this. Now it's time to style this UL. So for this, what you have to do, you have to simply do it just like this. So for this, what you have to do, you have to simply do the following stuff here. So here let's go here. Inside here we have div, and inside div we have UL, and inside UL we have li, and display everything in line. So I am going to display here, display inline block. So inline block will do the following everything inside in a line. Next, go here and give the margin. So I am giving the margin here everywhere from 2% of margin. Save this. Now you can see it is now aligned. Very nice alignment here. Now next, it's time to style this input field. So what I'm going to do, so let me do here, make this app title font weight of bolder. So it will now bold. Now you can see here. Now next, give it very down color. Let me give it white. Save this. Okay, next let's do and style this input field. So app, we have the input field class app deadline. So app deadline. Inside the app deadline, simply give the font size of 25 pixel. Here give the margin of 5 pixel. Color of white. Save this. You can see the color of white will simply do this following. So okay, let give the color of white. Okay, anything you will put here, you can see it is in a white color. I will do it later. So okay, give the margin from the top. So I am giving the margin top of 30 pixel. Save this. Now it is now shifted from the 30 pixel from the top. Now give the padding. I am giving the padding of 20 pixel. Save this. Here padding inside this. Okay, now it is great. Now next, it's time to do the deadline. So app deadline placeholder. So give the placeholder some color. So I'm giving the color of black, and the opacity, for the opacity give 0.4. Save this. Clear this. Now you can see here. Now next, here give the border radius here. So let's give the border radius of 33 pixel with nice rounded border here. You can see here. Next, on focus, it will we want to change the background here for focusing this. So for this, let's go here on focus. Give on, first select this app deadline, or inside this on focus. So on focus, so give the on focus here. Give the color of white, and background here, background color, let's give the background color of transparent. So transparent. Save this. You can see background on focusing, the background has now disappeared here. Next, it's time to style this countdown clocks here. So for this, select this. We have clock. Let's go to clock.js. We have clock here. We have clock date. So inside here, clock date, and inside the clock date we have h3 tag. So style this h3 tag. Give the font weight bold. So give the, I am giving the font weight bold. Give the background color orange. I am using all this color of my national flag. So India, because I am basically from India, so I am using all these colors from my national flag. So border radius of, let's give the border radius 33 pixel. So it will give a very nice rounded border everywhere here. So okay, and font weight clock date list item class. Okay, inside okay, we have not we have this h3 tag. So what I'm going to do, simply remove this, save this. Now you can see very nice here. So next, give some padding here. So give the padding of 10 pixel everywhere inside this. So padding of 10 pixel. Next, give the color. So color of white. Save this. You can see a very nice white color here. Next, align this. So I'm going to align the text into the center. Save this. Okay, we are done with this. Next, give the font weight of bold. Okay, now give the font size of 25 pixel. Let me see what happened here. Okay, everything saved, fine. Okay, now grab this, delete this. Okay, copy this for and replicate. Let me copy this and paste it for 4 times for hours, minutes, and the seconds. So next, here you can see we have done with the date. Next, we have hours. So we have hours, font bold, background color white. Give the background color of white, because white color is in the center of my national flag. So background of white, color of blue, royal blue. Let me give the color of blue. Okay, save this. Next, you have to simply do this for minutes. So instead of this, let me put this for minutes. Background color of green, very nice background green. Save this and give the color white. Okay, so now next we have seconds. For the seconds, I am using the color seconds. I am using the background color of black. Save this and give the padding of much bigger. I am giving the padding of 15 pixel and save this. Okay, so you can see okay, I am misspelled the spelling here. So now this is for second. Now I am done with this everything. Now okay, let me delete this. This is extra. Now next, save this. Now it's time to style this button section. So for this button section, I am going to simply do the following CSS for the buttons also. So for the buttons, I am going to simply add the following. So we have two buttons. Let me see the class name of the buttons. So we have two buttons, and inside the app.js we have two buttons, a button submit and the button revert. So let me copy this class name. So app button submit. Inside the app button submit we have, let me give the margin from top of 20 pixel and left of 20 pixel, right of 20 pixel. Now save this. Okay, next here give outline. I am giving the outline of none. Outline none. Save this. Okay, outline none. Give the border radius 33 pixel. Save this. Very nice rounded border you can see here. Now it's time to give the font weight. I am giving the font weight of 500. Next, let me give some spacing between the letters. So letter spacing will be 1 pixel. Save this. Now next, font size, font weight. Let me give some font size. So for the font size 2.2 RVM. This is all for user interface. Nice user interface. Or next, font size of this. Give the color of white. Give the color of white and save this. Next, give the background color of crimson red. So background color is crimson. Save this. Next, we have let me give some padding. So I am giving the padding of 5 pixel from everywhere. Save this. Okay, let me give it 10 pixel. Save this. Now we are done with this. Let's give the some width. So I am giving the width of 20 view width from every 20 view width from everywhere. Now save this. Okay, copy the same things for this revert also. So copy this, paste it. Now let's change the class name here, revert. Inside of the revert, give the color name is nice indigo. So indigo. Save this. Now you can see a very nice, you can see hover. It is now hovering everything and it is now very slick here. So let's go here and okay, we are done everything. We are done with everything. Now you can see we are done some bunch of styling here. So for this you can see you can do all this from yourself. Okay, so we are done with this our countdown application. So here let me put a date here, 12/25/2022. Submit this. You can see okay, yeah, very weird thing here happening here. So I am going to simply do some more styling here. So let's go and do here where okay, placeholder black color. Okay, now in here let me give the color of black. Okay, save this. You can see here a very nice color Okay, next we have on clicking the submit, we have a very weird border here. So let go to this button here, also here on the button submit, give the border of border of none. Save this. Now on clicking you can see, okay, outline width, let's give the outline. Oh yeah, I have given the outline here. So outline of none, and basically put the important here because it will override all this bootstrap styling. So you can see here it is I'm done with this. It is now changed. Now next we are done with this. Let's go here, and now you can see 372 days 13 hours and this minute. Let me put my birthday of this. So 8/31 of 2021. So I'm going to add the countdown of my birthday. So click on this. Now you can see my birthday is 251 days 13 hours and 33 minutes from now in 2021. So this is, we are done with this. Okay, on clicking the revert you will see here, you will get back to this. So on clicking revert you can see here 25 2020 and everything is now done with this. So we are done with this build. Hope you will like this video. If you like this video, then smash the like button here and comment down the favorite part and any doubt regarding this build. I will answer each and every comment, so make sure to drop a comment, any suggestions you want to give me. So your suggestion is highly appreciated. Okay, so I am done with this build. Okay, fine, let's go and build some another awesome React.js projects by yourself. Till then, bye bye.